Everyone in my family received an invitation to my sister's wedding. Everyone except me. At first, I thought it was a mistake. So I asked my mom. She looked at me calmly and said something I will never forget. "Clara, it's better if you don't come." That was the moment I realized something. They didn't forget me. They erased me. But what they didn't know was this. 2 months later, my wedding would go viral around the world. And the same family who left me out would be watching in shock. My name is Clara, and I grew up in a family that looked perfect from the outside. We lived in a beautiful house with tall windows and a garden my mother kept spotless. Every Christmas, we sent out perfectly coordinated family cards. My parents stood proudly in the center, my sister Lily beside them, and I stood slightly to the side, smiling the way I had practiced for years. To anyone looking in, we were the kind of family people admired. But inside that perfect picture, something always felt slightly wrong. I always felt like the extra piece of a puzzle that didn't quite fit. My younger sister Lily was everything my parents loved. She was charming, elegant, and effortlessly social. She could walk into any room and instantly become the center of attention. My mother adored that about her. Meanwhile, I was the quiet one. I focused on school, on building a career, on proving my worth in ways that weren't loud or flashy. My mother used to joke about it at family dinners. "Clara is the serious one," she would say. Everyone would laugh. But hidden inside that joke was something else. Disappointment. Still, I loved my family. Every birthday, every holiday, every dinner, I showed up. I brought thoughtful gifts, I offered help, I tried to stay present. Because I believed family meant loyalty. I believed effort mattered. But in our house, love always came with silent rules. You had to fit the image. You had to avoid conflict. And most importantly, you had to stay quiet about the things that hurt. Over time, I became very good at doing exactly that. When Lily got engaged, I truly believed things might change. The announcement happened during a family dinner. We were halfway through dessert when Lily suddenly stood up with excitement glowing in her eyes. She lifted her hand, revealing a diamond ring that sparkled under the chandelier. My parents gasped. My father clapped proudly. My mother looked like she might cry from happiness. She said yes, Lily laughed. The room filled with celebration. Everyone rushed forward to hug her. I smiled and clapped along with them. Not because I wasn't happy, but because I was surprised. She hadn't told me about the proposal. "Clara, aren't you excited?" my mother asked when she noticed my quiet reaction. "I am," I replied quickly. "Congratulations, Lily." She hugged me tightly. Then she leaned close to my ear and whispered something. "You'll help me plan the wedding, right? You always have good taste." That one sentence meant everything to me. For the first time in a long time, I felt included. That night I opened my laptop and started researching ideas. Venues, flowers, themes, color palettes. I even built an entire Pinterest board full of elegant wedding inspirations. For hours I imagined helping her choose decorations, tasting cakes together, and laughing during dress fittings. But over the next few days, something strange started happening. Every idea I suggested was politely dismissed. "Oh, we already chose that." "Oh, the planner handled it." "Oh, Lily's fiancé's family arranged that." At first, I didn't think much of it. Planning a wedding is complicated. But then another pattern appeared. My messages in the family group chat went unanswered. Days passed. Then weeks. Meanwhile, photos began appearing online. Pictures of Lily trying on dresses. Videos of cake tastings. Snapshots of venue visits. Each time I looked carefully. And slowly I realized something. I wasn't in a single one. At first I told myself it didn't matter. Maybe they assumed I was busy with work. Maybe they simply forgot. But deep down I could feel the quiet wall building between us. One evening I mentioned it casually during a phone call with my mom. I saw the dress-fitting pictures, I said. Oh yes, she replied happily. It was a lovely day. Then she added softly, you're always working, sweetie. We didn't want to bother you. I smiled politely. But that night I sat in my apartment staring at the ceiling. I couldn't stop wondering when I became the outsider in my own family. Then one afternoon, a coworker asked me a question that changed everything. So when are you flying to Venice? I blinked in confusion. Flying where? To your sister's wedding, she said. My stomach dropped. That evening I checked my mailbox again. It was empty. No invitation. No letter. Nothing. So I called my mom. She answered after a few rings. Mom, I said carefully, I didn't get the wedding invitation. There was a long silence. Then she sighed. Oh, Clara, the guest list is tight. I said nothing. Lily's fiancé's family has many relatives, she continued. It's already a very big event. My chest tightened. So I'm not invited. Another pause. Then she said the sentence I would never forget. It's better if you don't come. For a moment, everything inside me went quiet. I wanted to argue. I wanted to ask how a sister could be excluded from her own sister's wedding. But instead I whispered something simple. Okay. She thanked me for being mature. After the call ended, I sat alone in the dark. For the first time in years, I didn't cry. Instead, I felt something unexpected. Clarity. A week later, I visited my parents' house. The place was full of laughter, dresses, and wedding decorations. But when I walked in, the room became strangely quiet. My mom pulled me aside. Clara, please don't be upset, she said. Upset, I repeated. She sighed. You know how you can be, sometimes serious. We just don't want any tension during the wedding. I stared at her. You think I would ruin Lily's wedding? She avoided my eyes. It's better if you don't come, she repeated. That was the moment something inside me finally broke. Not with anger, but with realization. They hadn't forgotten me. They had erased me. That night, I sat on my balcony watching city lights flicker in the distance. My phone buzzed with social media notifications. Photos from Lily's rehearsal dinner. Pictures of my parents smiling proudly. Captions celebrating the perfect family. I didn't react. I didn't comment. I simply watched. And for the first time in my life, I stopped trying to earn a place in their story. Instead, I opened my laptop and looked at my calendar. My fiancé, Ethan, had a call scheduled with me the next morning. As I stared at the empty days ahead, an idea slowly formed in my mind. If they could erase me from their celebration, then maybe it was time for me to create one of my own. Not out of revenge, but out of something stronger. Self-respect. Because sometimes the most powerful thing you can do when people try to erase you is to write a story so unforgettable that the whole world sees it.